Hello everybody, welcome to your live watch along of Chelsea versus Southampton in the Premier League. Hopefully we can go and get 2 wins from 2 after we played a 2-1 win over Leicester, and hopefully have a good performance tonight. Well, lads.
There's a freshness about the Saints. Perhaps a little unfortunate to lose to Manchester United here at the weekend.
Yeah.
Another member of the Premier League so-called Big Six.
Like what? Because I said quite a lot in that thing.
In the transfer market, and perhaps are not done yet. A new owner, but the same desire for the game's biggest prizes.
Just did. Oh, hopefully tonight we get the 3 points after we beat Leicester 2-1, and hopefully we can play well tonight. And also make it 2 wins from 2.
There are 2 changes to the Southampton side that began their 1-0 loss to Manchester United here at the weekend.
So I'll give you guys the lineups. Here's your Southampton lineup for you folks. And here is your Chelsea lineup, hopefully to go and get the job done tonight. And also on your right of your screen will also be some scores from some the other games happening around, some in Europe, some in England. So we've got Sheffield United versus Reading, Leeds versus Everton, Inter are playing at home, Wrexham versus Gateshead, and Roma versus Monza. Yeah, I just thought, because it's very rare that I actually see Serie A games and Premier League games doing a midweek fixture at the same time. So I thought it'd be nice to add some Serie A games. You never know, shocks could happen there. You never know, anything's possible. After Sassuolo draw 0-0 earlier on today with AC Milan. Except I tried not to pronounce it because I literally would make myself look like a right idiot. I think they came through via the playoffs. Come on, lads. Oh! Poor Chelsea.
Thomas Tuchel will be glad to be back on the touchline after serving a one-match touchline ban for his, shall we put it, disagreement with Antonio Conte against Tottenham.
And Mike Oliver, don't be like Anthony Taylor shy and give everything to one team.
Referee for 12 years now, still only 37. Well, I guarantee
We were doing something against, but we were doing something. Yeah, we were doing something the last time. We were playing well. It was just the referee was designed to give the team everything. Yeah.
And the uncertainty of another relegation battle. Chelsea's minimum aim, the top 4. Their squad has been expensively reinforced with a title push in mind. The first midweek round of the new Premier League season, every game live on BT Sport.
That's what that.
Our focus on St Mary's.
Here we go. The game is on the way, folks. Chelsea versus Southampton in the Premier League. Let's go. 3 points, hopefully. Well, let's wait and see.
No fear of reputation. Well, Thomas Tuchel's options tonight, Steve, have been severely reduced, haven't they? It's a very youthful looking bench.
Yes, it is. I mean,
Jesus.
alongside, but you're right.
For me, I must. And they. Yeah.
On the bench. Great to see them get involved in the matchday squad, give them a bit more experience at this level.
Yeah, because they've also got Man City Academy in their group and Mansfield.
So on the bench is Armando Broya, who was sent Saints.
And ours our academy team is in the competition, but ours don't play till tomorrow, and they're away to Sutton United, which that's not going to be easy. Oh, unlucky.
Able to watch it go out. Well, we wondered whether it would be a flat back 4 or a 3 for Chelsea.
Yeah, it's certainly a flat back 4, doesn't it? Looks like the Loftus Cheek.
Hello, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream.
To help out Jorginho. Comes Ziyech over this side of the pitch on the right wing. It's Chelsea break.
Go on.
Havertz.
Go on, I've always got his hands all over him, ref.
Well defended by a
Yeah.
chap who, as I say, got a lot of praise for his performance against Manchester.
Why does it have to
United.
start on such an annoying
Yeah,
note?
that was a commentator's kiss of death.
Come on. I cannot stand that football club. I hate everything about them. The money grabbing gits.
Playing with a 3, but
You with your stupid Hollywood money.
ball at the back and that partnership
Be like everyone else. Be like everyone else, and actually earn money the right way with not having an owner that's literally in movies and literally think, oh, because I go down, I'm gonna plop in thousands and thousands. Cannot stand that club, and especially because they're from Wales. I can't stand the Welsh. Because Wales don't like England.
Salisu.
There's always been a rivalry internationally with England and Wales.
It goes towards Adams, who showed good strength there up against Thiago Silva.
Come on.
Lucy might hit one, he did.
Well done, Mendy. And please, don't be Paul Mullen.
Yeah, brilliant by Shea Adams. Showed his strength just to
Yeah, you know, Reading are top of the championship, but they have conceded more goals than they've scored. But somehow they're top. Which makes no sense whatsoever.
Embracing that 2-1 win against Leicester on the 20th of August.
And that,
Ward-Prowse scored more Premier League
no, I hope, please, if it's not, because you know my views and what happens if it is.
Correa to take the throw in for Chelsea.
Way! It's Ben Tozer. No Paul Mullen. Woo! I can't. For once, for Wrexham, it's only Paul Mullen's the main reason I don't like it, club, and also because you got Hollywood money.
At the weekend against
As I don't like and this is me. I don't like players who go to clubs just for the money. You go there because you want to play football.
forward as well. They delayed the
And he's basically gone there basically for money.
pass coming.
Because if he stayed, I would say if he stayed at Cambridge United, he would have scored a lot more goals than he has.
Adams brought that
Because he was
down well again.
ripping the Football League.
Into the game.
He literally do a new one.
Makes his way.
Oh, he
Lovely play by Walker Peters. Prowse was in there waiting.
Havertz. What were you doing all the way back there?
What they did, Loftus Cheek, as Joe alluded to in the studio, covering, did really well to block that pass before the fans, El Yunusi.
The Wrexham take a lead through a deflected shot at the back post. Oh, lucky kids. Hello, Mum.
Carson Huttl and Thomas Tuchel are well known to each other. They first went head-to-head in the Bundesliga in 2015 when they were in charge of Ingolstadt and Dortmund respectively. Carson Huttl has only come out on top once in their 8 previous meetings. It does feel like he's been put in charge of a new look at almost a bit of a reborn Southampton really this season, Carson Huttl. A lot of changes in personnel behind the scenes as well as the playing staff.
Yeah. And you have to give them time and patience because, of course, they haven't got the budget like other teams have. So he has to try
Come
and find
on.
these rough gems, doesn't
Come
he?
on, Chelsea.
And he certainly needs a bit of patience from the fans and the owners in case things are not going right.
So the guys keep putting your questions in, like, subscribe if you are new to the channel if you are new. Three votes in, and for Chelsea 100% to win.
Thiago Silva turns 38 next month. Comfortably the oldest player in this Chelsea squad is Koulibaly, looking to release Kukurea. And that Walker Peters.
Come on, lads.
Likely to be important
Jeez,
for both sides
nah.
tonight.
I can't believe that's happening. Man City Academy are winning 2-1 away at Mansfield.
Walker Peters for the Saints is eager to get forward in particular.
What about you using app that you use? Wow. Oh, and Portsmouth, I can see it against Crawley. Shit, he has Crawley. Wow, so basically they pick other fixtures, but they don't pick any Premier League fixtures.
I think they need a centre forward, to be very honest.
Wow, that just shows how the app wants to prioritise other leagues other than the Premier League, except if the Premier League's on a Saturday.
Centre forwards, a bit like Raheem Sterling, they can all play in various positions and do it really, really well. I just think that they do need an out-and-out centre forward solely.
Come on.
Armstrong, Perro to his left.
Just don't do defence. What Armstrong was doing in my eye, get himself in a tight situation, he's able to get out of it.
Prowse to take the corner.
Floating that 6-yard box.
Really busy in there, isn't it? Awkward for the goalkeeper, Mendy.
Great header from Silva. Take no chances.
I mentioned he turns 38 next month. One thing he'll never lose is that defensive nous that he's built up over the years. Another chance from the corner for Ward-Prowse.
Get it out. Well done, Koulibaly. Go on, Sterling.
Very difficult for Chelsea to deal with.
Thank you very much for the like. I highly appreciate that, folks.
Over it went towards Perro, beaten in the air by Aspilicueta. Diallo finds Ward-Prowse. Adams waiting on the edge of the box. This is Armstrong. Armstrong again.
Well done, Loftus-Cheek. Well done.
This is the second free kick again. Lovely spot. Thiago.
Right.
Silva's up and about.
It was 1-0. Ah, because it's not on it. I didn't even know that.
Aspilicueta in his 11th season.
Ah, Queen of the South. Oh no. Oh, they're going to be a point behind us. They're going to be a point behind Chesterfield.
Southampton have gone 3 games unbeaten before their loss.
No. Don't be Paul Mullen.
So Chelsea in difficult circumstances reacted well to their loss at Leeds.
Oh, they've just scored, Wrexham.
Particularly when you consider they played more than an hour with 10 men. It's at the weekends. Here's Raheem Sterling.
Go on, have it.
Ziyech.
Ziyech, whatever you are. Go on, that's the ball. Oh. Yeah.
You have to keep his eye on it. Bazunu floated in by Raheem Sterling, but he just
He managed to actually find it.
in front of him eventually. Simple enough for him.
Oh, it's Ollie Palmer that scored. Thank God it's not Paul Mullen, because I'll be ranting my head off. Go on, Sterling. That's a foul, ref. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Mike Oliver's actually...
Simple enough. for Michael Oliver.
Yeah, I'm 10 minutes 50 in.
Koulibaly coming forwards.
And it is. I'm going to change one score already, folks, because Inter Milan are winning.
Against Tottenham earlier this month. First chance they've really had to threaten from a set piece, Chelsea. Towards Thiago Silva.
Inter are winning, folks, and Sheffield United are winning. I'm going to say this, folks, I think Inter are going to score a hatful. And the goal scorer for Inter is Joaquin Correa. And Owen McBurney has scored for Sheffield United. And that guy's took him 45 games before he scored against Luton. Took him 45 games.
On the edge of that Southampton box, but they got the job done.
Is that on what you're watching it on?
Chelsea certainly with very fond memories of their last trip here, that 6-0 win back in
And
April.
Wigan are 1-0 up against West Brom, and Queen's Park Rangers are 1-0 up against Hull.
Heaviest home defeat in the Premier League since that 9-0 against Leicester in 2019.
And it's also Bradford City 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0.
Taken quickly, but too quickly for Michael Oliver's liking.
It was in the wrong position as well, wasn't it? Pulled by James Ward-Prowse and Loftus-Cheek.
Come on, Chelsea.
Jorginho. Now looking to get more involved in the game. Great first.
Go on! Oh, Rahim!
The
Oh.
first touch, as I said, was fantastic. The shot, not so much.
Yeah,
I'm on
just
literally
inside his foot, really nice
13-20.
play. Chelsea, lovely ball from Jorginho. Then into Sterling from Mason Mount, and he did all the right things. His first touch was exemplary. He just fluffs his lines.
All right.
Inside the left foot, doesn't get
If you hit that with a bit more conviction, Sterling, you might have scored.
Quicken the pace up.
From Sterling.
Just starting to see Mason Mount come into it more as well, aren't we, with those clever runs of his.
What's even more, the one thing I will say is Southampton's pitch looks absolutely awful. Their pitch looks like it's been, looks like a mud bath.
Diallo's got a real important role to play tonight in there, right, sitting in front of the centre backs of Southampton.
Chelsea is going to win tonight. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Premier League start of the season today as well. The brother do is also Paris Saint-Germain. Hero with the throw-in. Just giving it a second there, Michael Oliver, to see what developed.
Yeah.
It goes towards Havertz, and was beaten in the air by Bella Kotchap. Koulibaly. Correa. Correa in a hurry. Havertz, lovely flick back to Mount.
Go on.
Sterling's waiting in the middle.
Yes, Joe!
And
Oh,
just
see
about
it.
put it through. A nice football again, that though, by Chelsea.
Yeah, again, nice and quick, isn't it? Lovely flick by Havertz. Falls to Ziyech, just bobbles up. Pitch is not in the best state, is it, considering
That's the one thing. If we don't score in this game, we have the right to actually complain about Southampton's pitch, because their pitch is this is. Have you seen how their pitch looks? It looks absolutely atrocious, and this is a Premier League standard pitch. Yeah.
Havertz shows down the line. The offside flag is up against the German international.
Oh, I mean,
I mentioned earlier about how many are still unsure as to what his best positioning in Germany. He's called an Alleskirner, which is a player who can do.
There we go. That's better.
A jack of all trades. It's the name they have in Germany for that type of player.
No, it's just how when you were talking, it was like I was hearing a robot. But as soon as I take it off and put it back on, it's better now.
Walker Peters. What about the quick throw in?
Not anymore. Not anymore. The fixture's actually been changed. It's been announced by both West Ham and Chelsea and by the Premier League that it's now on Saturday at 3 o'clock. Because Sky have not changed it. Because it's due to the fact that we're playing at 5:45. I think we're playing at 5:45 on the first Champions League match day, so that's why we can't play on the Sunday.
Trying to make something of it. There were some appeals for handball there as Chelsea looked to scramble it clear.
Yeah, but originally we were scheduled to play on Sunday. That's what they need to do, because they've actually swapped it with the Leicester Brighton game on Sunday instead. Yeah, and both Chelsea and West Ham's fan groups and the clubs themselves have come out saying they're not happy with it being changed at the last minute.
Walker Peters. He's done well again. He's a threat down that right-hand side, but he played it against the heels of Mason Mount.
And, folks, it's a goal for Roma. And Pablo Dybala has scored. Against 1-0 Roma versus Monza. Come on, Chelsea.
Has come out. Havertz with the header. Obvious ball wide.
Well done, Mendy.
Routine take for Mendy. Correa able to bring that a long way. Still settling into Thomas Tuchel's way of doing things. Correa. Ziyech. Aspilicueta. Darting run here from Sterling.
Yeah.
Loftus-Cheek.
What?
Koulibaly. Mount. Jorginho. Nice approach play this by
Why?
Chelsea. Havertz. Correa. Just overhit the cross, but Aspilicueta, the captain, will keep it going. Loftus-Cheek. Sterling. Oh, beautifully done. Sterling. Options in the middle.
Oh, and it is Sheffield Wednesday 0, Bradford City 1.
Really well, Salisu in the end, because it was lovely play again by Chelsea. Quick 1-2.
1-0 1-0 Bradford.
Drives forward, tries to pick up Mason Mount. Salisu just gets there.
Just over 20 minutes gone and a corner kick here.
Oh yeah, because you're behind me.
To defend. Mount will take it. Sterling is on the edge of the box.
Go on.
Plenty in there.
Have a shot.
Eventually to
Go on, Sterling.
Mounts with a good angle for the cross. Koulibaly. Cucurella.
Oh, good start from us, but we just need to go for it for all this possession that we're having.
Aspilicueta. Wants us come out to this near
Oh,
side.
Aspilicueta, what's that for a stupid pass? Because Loftus-Cheek decided to move closer to you so you can do the proper pass.
Walker Peters looking to provide it. El Yunusi's gone beyond him as well. Lavia. Not the greatest of balls that to El Yunusi. Made it really difficult for him.
Go on, Loftus-Cheek.
Break forward with Loftus-Cheek.
Go on, Sterling!
They've got two men over here. Sterling looking to
Oh!
brilliant challenge. Bella
Go on, Loftus-Cheek!
superbly
Go on!
there, but
Oh!
Sterling danger, not completely clean. It is now.
Oh, look he gets.
Decided not to.
Oh,
You see, Bella doesn't come across, just pauses there because he knows he could have passed and then drives late when he tried to cut the angle down. Real intelligent play by the centre defender. You saw Raheem slow down as if he wanted to pass it, but the fact that he delayed his run.
Going off to.
Made
Come on,
him take an
Chelsea.
extra step and then he pounced on him. Bella really good defending.
Now played it wide. Cucurella has made a run on the
Go
outside.
on.
Mounts in there again.
Tap in!
Sterling,
Oh, he's missed it!
and surely
Yes! Yes! Come on!
Raheem
Raz
Sterling
is back! Come on!
his third goal.
Kiss the ground! Which he's going to score thousands!
To say, they've been threatening, and maybe it has been coming. And
Come on.
Chelsea St Mary's.
Oh my god, that's the scruffiest goal I've ever seen Chelsea ever score, but I'll take it.
Particularly by Mason Mount this time. The Chelsea players wanting to get forward.
Yep, and I've got it in my team. Woo! So get in. You know what's funny? He had to have a second bite at it because he missed the first.
Calm as you like in front of the goal, doesn't panic, has a little stutter, a little dummy, and then just rolls it past Bazunu.
Come on, Raheem!
Brilliant from Chelsea, brilliant from Raheem Sterling. Looks really sharp tonight.
Well, he certainly has the belief, the faith of his manager, Thomas Tuchel. Very interesting listening to Raheem Sterling talking about his motivations for the move to Chelsea. Of course, coming back to London would have appealed naturally, but being from there, he talks about how he's matured, says he wants to be more vocal, wants to be more involved in the decisions in the dressing room now, but said the main thing, Steve, was that he just couldn't accept not being a regular, nailed-on starter at City.
Yeah. He wants to play. He wants to play every game. He won't play every game. But you can clearly see that he was unhappy with starting the amount of games he did last year, and he wants to move, and Pep was more than happy. You can see he's the main man here already. Two a couple of days ago, another one tonight.
And Southampton hit back. Walker Peters, who's looked dangerous throughout, decided to have a go there. Loftus-Cheek. Intercepted by Perro. Remains a good energy about Southampton. Loftus-Cheek gives it away to Ward-Prowse. Chelsea quickly have it back again though.
There's lots of space, isn't there? What a ball that is.
Lovely pass that by Ziyech. And Havertz has players arriving. Maybe not quickly enough, and the angle was always working against the German international.
You have to be careful, Southampton, 'cause the ball-
And it is now Sheffield Wednesday 1, Bradford City 1. Michael Smith from the penalty spot.
Well, strange challenge, wasn't it?
Yeah, because I always go and... no, because the one... Yeah, because the one thing I always do is when Chelsea score, me and my dad always give a hug in celebration for when we always score. It's always a thing we do, me and my dad. It's something that my dad's always done with me since I was very little.
Press. Salisu again. Third goal in Chelsea colours. Raheem Sterling is the difference between these sides. Jorginho got to that. This is Diallo. Walker Peters was screaming for it. On the right-hand side.
Oh, he didn't go to Bradford game in the end, my cousin, because he finished work late.
Of current Premier League players, only Kane, Vardy and Salah have scored more goals.
And Gilling Gateshead! Of that Wrexham shite.
For Pep Guardiola, only Messi and Aguero have scored more goals. I sometimes wonder whether he gets the credit he deserves, Raheem Sterling.
He probably doesn't. In all honesty, as you said, those numbers.
Armstrong brought that down well. Adams.
Well done, Aspie.
That was more like it from Southampton.
Yeah, the pass was on as well. The pass was on to Ward-Prowse.
On the one thing I will say, and this is from,
What I would say is Shea Adams has won every single header that's gone up to him. So that is a...
and that's due to Aspilicueta giving a stupid corner when he didn't need to. And Aspilicueta no.
He has led the line very well so far.
Nah, because he'll be annoyed. Like me.
On the end of this, Ward-Prowse will take it. Get the required elevation.
Wow, that's unsavable. That is unsavable.
Some way to open your account for your new club.
I'll give him that. Mendy was never going to save that in a million years. That ball was hit with too much power. But the only thing is, why did Aspilicueta not pass it back to the keeper for him to just kick it? And instead, he decided, oh, I'll just let the ball go out for a corner instead, and look what's happened from it. And that's coming from our experience of a captain.
Gets his arm to it, can't keep it out. Great response from Southampton.
Only 18 years old. He said he was doing his school exams in June when he heard of the interest from Southampton and Ralph Hasenhüttl. Had 8 years at Anderlecht, he would have got a very good schooling there. And of course, has been brought to St Mary's from Manchester City. He is apparently very close with Kevin De Bruyne, who said to give him lots of advice, communication with each other. Even Kevin De Bruyne with a appreciated that shot. What a strike. Good reaction from his side.
Yeah.
If we only get a draw from this, then it means our captain's going to be the one that's going to be the reason why we've not got something from this.
Wall-to-wall Premier League.
You got to hope Aspilicueta that we can actually go and score a second.
Tomorrow night at the Emirates, Arsenal against Aston Villa. We have from Thursday Leicester City against Manchester United as well, and then at the weekend.
I'm still annoyed. Why go and pass out for a corner when literally right in front of you was just a small pass back to Mendy for him to just knock it forward? Yeah, and Gates they're down to 10. As soon as I'm earning points, now I've lost points because of that now.
Armstrong did well. The signs are we could have quite a game on our hands here.
No, let's hope, mate, let's hope. It's been really good. First half an hour, hasn't it? A couple of goals. People breaking forward, running forward. Very enjoyable.
Javier did well. Always an insight sometimes when you hear young players, particularly ones as young as Lavia, who's just 18, when you hear them talk about the mental side of the game. Stevie said, a quote from him, pressure is positive, it means people expect something from you.
Yeah. Absolutely. The bigger, the better player, the more important player you are, there'll be more pressure. pressure on you. And that's a good thing, as you said, because it proves that you're improving, shows that you're getting better. And I'd rather people be talking about you and putting pressure on you because it shows that you're a really important player.
Goal for Roma are now 2-0 up against Monza.
Salas going across to take this. There is a fair amount of height in the Southampton side, particularly with Kochak who's come forwards. Almost dropped the cross. It won't seem to be Walker Peters. Optimistic cries of shoot from the crowd.
And that's a foul on Sterling, ref. Thank you.
There's a late challenge, which Michael Oliver has pulled the play back for.
Yeah, that was.
And Everton have scored against Leeds, folks.
But it's accidental, he's just trying to close him down. Nothing in that.
Yep, Everton have scored against... Everton have just scored, folks.
Story of the year in the last 2 seasons.
They're definitely not going to sell him now to us, even though we want him really badly.
Benefit from playing alongside someone as experienced as his captain.
And by the end of this, I'll be on minus points and still have 0 to my name.
Thiago Silva.
Because I've got Koulibaly and Cucurella, who are both defenders, and I've also got Jack Harrison, who's also a defender, playing at the left wing, and he's playing at left wing. But on my actual team, he's actual in the midfield.
Position that he could even play if he were to go at three at the back.
So either way,
And Chilwell in the same side, potentially.
I'm going to be on negative points because literally everyone's, both teams have conceded.
Armstrong now looking to get to this. He has. He's done brilliantly. Options arriving in the middle, and it came off Aspilicueta, and the chance was gone.
So I'm literally in a bad state.
Really good tenacity and pace, Armstrong, to get the right side of Aspilicueta, but you see there he wants to take the shot on it. It's just bouncing a little bit. It'll be interesting to see if Chelsea stay at with a 4 at the back.
At the moment, I'll be getting 11. I'll be getting 11 points, and that's because of only because of Sterling scored.
Suits them better. But of course, as we know, they're waiting for the centre half to come. Maybe if he comes, they might go back to 5. I just think they're a little bit open with 4 at the back.
At the moment, I'm only getting 11 points so far from all these games tonight. I'm only getting 11 due to the fact that Sterling has scored. I've got Jack Harrison in my team, but because he plays as a defender for Leeds, but because he's because on fantasy he's actually put on there on the fantasy thing as a midfielder.
So we start to approach the final 10 minutes.
So he's actually saved me from basically him having nearly no points. So I've been basically saved by fantasy football. And Ivan Toney's got me 1 point, and so has Mitrovic.
Loftus-Cheek again. Thiago Silva fires it across here to the Chelsea goal scorer Sterling. Lavia puts a foot in, and Southampton have it back with Adams. Ward-Prowse has made a run. Armstrong's joined him. Elyounoussi arriving on the edge of the box. Armstrong goes on and looks to hit one.
Well done, Mendy.
He's made a good run.
Yeah. He just couldn't get the back lift to get the power. You wonder whether he could have cut inside and then reversed it to James Ward-Prowse. Just couldn't generate any power at all on the shot.
Lots of other games going on at the moment. Everton have taken the lead. Alan Rhodes, Anthony Gordon, with a move away, of course, from the club.
He's in great form, isn't he? Anthony Gordon scored against Brentford, another one tonight.
Jorginho. Aspilicueta. Ziyech. Linked with a move away from Chelsea all summer.
That's a free kick, ref.
That's his first start this season tonight.
Ziyech literally got taken out.
Michael Oliver happy for the play to continue.
Well, the Chelsea boys can kick it out now if they want.
That is a disgrace. How the player literally got none of the ball. That is a disgrace, Mike Oliver.
Yeah, it was a tackle by Alan Armstrong, wasn't it?
Literally, Armstrong literally got none of the ball. The ball was long gone. The ball was long gone. He got no touch on that ball whatsoever.
Actually, I think it was a foul.
That's a disgrace. So basically, we should have a free kick down that end.
Well, Chelsea were certainly knocking on the door for a little while before his side did eventually break the deadlock. And I suppose not too much of a surprise that it was Sterling who got the opener.
No, but it was really nice play in general.
Raz.
Chelsea. Good awareness
Do-do-do-do.
from Mason Mount. Good running forward from Mount and Cucurella. Really nice composed finish. And funny enough, goals come from all over the place. Two good corners by James Ward. Well defended, and that was his worst corner of them all.
So Mitrovic, you've only had one attempt in the entire first half against Brighton.
Lavia just smashes it past Edward Mendy to equalise.
That's why we have this break in play. Should remind you that it isn't just this week where we have some fantastic live football on our channels, because next week it is the return of European football. Champions League gets underway, match day 1 next Tuesday, 5 o'clock.
And folks, it is Inter Milan 2 are 2-0 up, and it Barella has scored.
Wall-to-wall football, wall-to-wall football.
How will he feel about the first half so far?
I think he'll be really happy. They've competed well. I think you can see that they can make chances against this Chelsea team. Shea Adams has done really well. Armstrong running off him is quick. A little bit more of a composure. He might have made a couple more chances, but they're certainly well in this game. They just have to tighten up a little bit at the back, I think. But it makes for a real enthralling game. Ziyech looks okay, which is good.
Come on, Chelsea.
Koulibaly. Correa has found Mount.
Go on, Mount.
Correa, another run forward here. It was a heavy touch though. Some profit wasn't it that Brighton made on Cucurella? £47 million or thereabouts. Fantastic recruitment they've got there at Brighton right now, isn't it? Recruit from certain leagues very well indeed,
Yeah.
don't they?
Yeah, incredible. I mean, some of the prices this transfer window have been crazy, haven't they? Let's be honest. Absolutely crazy, but still.
Salisu, Lavia. Bazunu.
There you go again, right to Shea Adams. They're just backing off him now, Chelsea. Nobody's challenging him because he's won every single one.
Come on, Chelsea.
Only done by Thiago Silva. Aspilicueta. Is it something that Southampton could be making even more of?
I think so. When you see somebody as dominant as this, as he has been, he's come a lot. Of course, he's come a lot onto Thiago Silva. He hasn't really challenged Koulibaly, which is fine. He's come across on Thiago Silva because he thinks he's got the beating of him, and as of yet, he has. So you might as well try and ping it up to him as much as possible, chest height, something that he can get hold of. And the main thing is get Armstrong, get Ward-Prowse in and around him to try and feed off him. But when a player's dominant like that, you have to try and get him the ball.
Azpilicueta. Thiago Silva. Looking to go to fourth World Cup. Loftus-Cheek looking for Sterling.
Oh, go on, Sterling. Unlucky.
Ward-Prowse was just beaten to it by Jorginho. United with Kalidou Koulibaly. Jorginho played in that fantastic Sarri side at Napoli, particularly that 2017-18 season. In fact, the pair of them that year, they averaged the most passes in the entire league in Italy.
Well, you can see, particularly Koulibaly, he's got a really good left foot, hasn't he? I mean, you know the Italian league better than me, but he likes to step forward, and his passing out from the back has been really good tonight. He wants to feed.
Wow, we've had four attempts on goal, 3 shots on target.
His ability on the ball really criticised.
So it's actually been not a bad first half.
The reality is, in Italy, he was very good on the ball. He was in terms of passes per game, he was the 11th highest in the whole league last season. As I say, in the top 2 in that 2017-18 season, where Napoli played some wonderful football.
Yeah, and you will get games like he had against Leeds when it's notoriously very difficult and they're working hard and closing down. But he will get better and better the more he plays in the Premier League, the more he gets accustomed to it.
Azpilicueta. Ziyech seems to be moving freely enough after that earlier challenge from Armstrong. Thiago Silva. Adams still trying to find Armstrong.
That's a foul, ref.
Push there by Perro.
Yeah, it was a push. Didn't need to do it. Ball was going nowhere.
Cucurella. Adams, Ward-Prowse, just behind Armstrong. Perro is beaten to it as well. Looking to mount. Loftus-Cheek. Koulibaly with the header.
Oh, come on, Chels.
He's slower to react there than Jorginho. Nice turn by Cucurella. Jorginho tries to pick out Sterling.
Yeah, that was a nudge as well. Raheem saying shoulder to shoulder. Diallo.
Yeah.
Strongly in on Jorginho. It's been a really good first half. Lots to ponder by the two managers.
Another 2 minutes of it at St Mary's. Up it goes towards Adams. Again, wins it in the air. Havertz has found Mount. 3 Chelsea.
Oh, Mount, you should have done a better ball to Havertz.
By Bella-Kotchap. Ward-Prowse urged to shoot, but instead finds Perro. Oh, it's a great pullback, and it's a great shot.
Oh.
In added time, at the end of the first half, they've turned it all around. Southampton lead 2-1.
Yeah, a lovely, well-crafted goal. by Southampton. Diallo does really well. Because he could have given the ball twice to Shea Adams, who's in an offside position. Yet he takes his time, picks up Ward-Prowse, comes wide to Perrault. And then he absolutely fires this in. Whether he saw
So why do we give Adam Armstrong literally all the time in the world?
You see him there. Perrault's got his head down, just drills it in. Armstrong, one touch and smash. Falls on his left foot, lovely touch. Comes off the back of Koulibaly. Mendy, no chance.
They've reacted so well.
Yes, they have. And now it's up to Chelsea to react. Right on the stroke of half-time.
In terms of in front of goal, maybe it hasn't always worked for Armstrong at Southampton. He's never ever fought his commitments or his dedication, but a lot of the goals that he got for Blackburn were from playing on the shoulder of the last defender, balls in behind. Maybe this doesn't quite suit him as much in terms of from a goal scoring perspective ordinarily, but wow, he took that one well.
Yeah, and he looks nice and busy, doesn't he? I thought he was good against Manchester United. He's got a job to do. He works hard. He's got on the score sheet tonight, the most important thing.
Jorginho brought down. There's a little bit of factors involving Adams, but there will be no punishment from Michael Oliver, who's just told the players to go off the pitch. I think he's too impressed here with what he's seen from Jorginho.
Yeah, but Adams has literally got him in the face.
Yes, actually, it was a foul, and Shea Adams shouldn't have flicked the ball up into Jorginho's face. But Jorginho's reaction was ridiculous, wasn't it? He shouldn't have done that. But then that is comical, let's be honest.
It's been a really entertaining first half. It was Chelsea who took the lead through Raheem Sterling. His
half-time, folks. Chelsea 1, Southampton 2.
Romeo with his first goal for the Saints, and then in added time at the end of the half, Armstrong has put them in front. Chelsea unhappy, Southampton delighted. Half-time at St Mary's, Southampton 2, Chelsea 1.
And I can understand why they'll be frustrated, because if you think about it, Ziyech got fouled, and then from that attack they go and score. So we've basically been done over again by a clear enough and utter foul on Ziyech, and then they go and score from it. That is ridiculous. In all my life, how the referee couldn't spot a simple foul like that. I have been saved. Thank the Lord. Get in, Alexandra Mitrovic. They're saying they better win. Chelsea have flopped. This is crazy. Come on, guys. Second half, we have a lot to do. We do have a lot to do. Apparently, what I found out that Gateshead do not have a red card. Apparently they don't. And we've got done over again by a ref. No, we got done up. But what annoys me that CH was clearly fouled. Even commentators know that was clearly a foul. Referee didn't see it, or referee said play on, and then they go and score from that. So it's just annoying that referees could see that we can see a clear foul for Southampton but can't see a clear foul for Chelsea. And that's gone and done us over. It's just ridiculous, folks. Mendy isn't bad. The first one wasn't his fault because there was no way he was going to save it in a million years. I'll accept that one. And the second one, how is Mendy going to save that one when it literally hit off the back of his own player? How is he going to react to that when he's not going to know the ball's going to hit the back of a player and then go in his direction? He's not going to know that. So you need to cut Mendy some slack. And that's for every keeper. Not every keeper's going to know that a ball is going to hit a player's back. And it will deflect in. It's just by some good fortune it happened.
Runs and Mason Mount's runs, and you know this run here it's a great run. It really is, and it opens things up for Mason Mount. The only thing I would say from Chelsea's point of view, and we've seen the goal from Sterling, it's composed, is they've been in that position so much they'll be very disappointed that they've not got that second goal, because obviously it's now come back to haunt them. But can't underestimate that quick touch from Mason Mount, right foot, left foot, and you know that man doing what he does best. You know, scoring goals. We asked the question at the start of the show: do we need a striker? He bags goals.
And from Ward-Prowse corner, no surprise, but so much credit to Loya.
Oh yeah, his composure and calmness there. You've got to say he's had a lot of time and space to take that touch, but the corner from Ward-Prowse isn't the best, but it goes straight to Lavia. And you look at the position of Sterling here. We were saying that get in the middle between the two, and then you can go and attack.
Oh, it is now 2-0 for him.
A player the ball goes towards, but Lavia's got that time and space. It's a good touch. No one really shuts him down. Mount is the nearest one to him, but good finish, and it got Southampton back on level terms, and then they kicked on again from here.
He's caught the eye. First senior goal for the 18-year-old. But team play, really, wouldn't you say, fellas, for this?
It's fantastic. They're flooding bodies forward. Jorginho gets beaten way too easily for me there. Armstrong does watch Armstrong's movement here. He goes to make a run in behind. Watch him just stop. You know, he knows the centre half has to get across that near pass. It's a lovely finish with his left foot across him.
I said at the start of the show, Matt, that Southampton have been playing well. They've probably not been getting what they deserve out of games, and I think the character that they've shown in this first half to come back from a goal down and come under a bit of pressure at times to kind of get that first goal, get themselves back into it. By the end of that first half, you'd arguably say they deserved that second goal. Showing great character, so yeah, it's going to be an interesting second half for them, rather.
Enjoyed it, though, so far. Certainly Southampton getting just desserts at half-time. They lead at St Mary's. So Chelsea with work to do after Raheem made it 3 in 2 for him. That pleased his boss. But Lavia with his first senior goal, and then Armstrong with his first since November, have Saints smiling on the South Coast second half. Next.
Thank the Lord for Sterling and Mitrovic actually scoring. Because Cucurella's got 0 and Kudabar's got 0. And Jack Harrison, who is a defender but on fantasy football, he's actually a midfielder. And he's got 1 point. Well, so it sounds like someone's got a penalty. And that means Mitrovic will take it. I like that. Yeah, should be, but it's not guaranteed to be given. A Brian penalty. 13, but the good news is I do have Bert Leno in goal, so I had Bert Leno on my bench, so I'm glad I've not picked him now. Because I would have been losing points on him. And he's on my bench. Is English when he plays for Argentina? Jeez. And I've got Ivan Toney in my team. Oh my God. Ivan Toney went and missed an effort from a free kick. I'm going to convert that in about seconds later. Wilfred Zaha goes and scores. What lot do I need?
Saints, good value after going behind to the visitors. Chelsea, first Romeo Lavia with that clinical strike.
Bring a sub on at half time. We need to do something.
And tried a 2-1 off. Ralph enjoyed that. Chelsea making a change. Mateo
Kovacic is coming on.
Come on. Not quite sure yet in place of who could be Ziyech.
Mateo Kovacic is coming on because of how our defence has been shocking. So what? And we tend to play better when he's on the pitch.
Understand it might be Loftus-Cheek, which is a
Wow.
surprise.
And you're going to be happy. Loftus-Cheek's gone off. Turns out having Loftus-Cheek in that position doesn't work.
We're going to need his energy to get back into this game. He's going to have to play on the front foot.
More of the same, Freddie?
He's better as a wing on the wings, but just in the centre mid role, he doesn't work for him because it showed in the first half. He didn't do much in that position.
No good sitting back against this Chelsea side.
Yep.
45 minutes for both here.
Big 45 minutes.
So that means we're more, and that means.
Back we go to St Mary's.
What?
Of Steve McManaman and Adam Summerton.
Thank you, Matt.
Wow.
Yeah, I suppose we should get Steve's view first of all on that change made by Chelsea.
Yeah, I mean, there's no surprise that Kovacic has came on. As I said, I was saying just there, maybe Loftus-Cheek
Getting-
got a bit of a knock.
Getting Salford.
Chelsea
Have you seen?
back here.
Oh my days. Morecambe 3, Edinburgh, Everton Academy 3.
Wasn't fit enough, wasn't ready to start a Premier League game as yet. But on at half time here, a case of needs must really. It's almost too good.
Way.
Back it goes to Sterling.
If it's only McBurney again, then that's a shock. Then that'll be a shock. 3 goals. It do. Sheffield United have scored 2-0.
Half time, Thomas Tuchel to just have a private word with Mateo Kovacic. I wonder partly to just check that he's okay fitness wise. Clearly also to talk tactics.
Come on, Chelsea. Come on, Chelsea. And the goal is scored by John Egan.
Does have another youthful looking bench. Billy Gilmore is one of those on there as well. Here's Koulibaly.
There it is. Oh, it says.
Kovacic.
So why on the app? But it said that John Egan scored.
It's the start of the season with a knee problem. Kovacic says he's been doing lots of gym work in the meantime, perhaps looking to bulk up a bit. Here's Thiago Silva. Blocked by-
Oh, this app is shite due to the fact that it's just brought up a player who hasn't. Was even more annoying that the app has false stuff when it that the player's not even done anything or he's not even involved in it
They'll be very upset and frustrated.
because he's not even set up the. He's not even set up the goal. The goal was set up by Thomas Doyle, who they got on over.
Mentioned earlier, he's not got
Who
a
got
problem
on-
against Tuchel. Hasenhüttl, just the one win in there.
Yeah, they bought him. Because on the app it came up with John Egan scored, and then suddenly it then came up with the player you said has scored the goal. So they've put up another false claim that someone has scored and they haven't scored.
Ziyech waits in the middle, Mount is arriving as well.
And literally every football YouTuber promotes this app and saying this app's the best for getting scores. No, it ain't.
Is Ward-Prowse again.
Because it likes to give you false, tell you that a fake player has scored a goal.
On, and it's one back here by Kovacic. Ziyech. Kukurea.
No, this
Kovacic.
this player has played for Porto and he's also played for Malmo.
Azpilicueta. Skipper did brilliantly to keep that in. Ziyech with the chance to cross.
Go on, oh.
He's looking to put his head on that, and Alianusi thumps it clear. Energy about Chelsea.
Come on,
in the
Chelsea.
stages of this second half.
It actually sounds like we're a lot, now with Kovacic on the pitch, it sounds like we're a lot more wanting to go forward.
Well, Alianusi wasn't going to give that one up, was he?
Yeah, they're going to need plenty more of that. The Southampton team.
Our two best midfielders, or central midfielders by far, are Kovacic and Kante by far. When you play either one of them, our team literally plays a hell of a lot better with either one of them on the pitch.
Azpilicueta.
When we haven't got both available, then literally we're left with the players which are shite.
Can't really tell, can you? You presume it touched his hand. Azpilicueta didn't think it did.
That 2-year deal in the summer that he'd been holding out for.
Nah,
Azpilicueta.
we've got the capability to get back in it. We just got
The takeover at
just to
Chelsea.
see if we can.
John Terry said recently that Azpilicueta remains one of the best attitudes he's ever come across in the game. So the compliment, here's Alianusi. Walker Peters providing a bit of support here. Diallo. Good movement from Ward-Prowse, 3-way in the
Well done,
box.
Kovacic.
Armstrong made his way into.
Finally, someone for Chelsea's actually gone and decided, oh, we'll go and stop a Southampton cross for once from actually being crossed.
Mason Mount. Mason.
Oh, look! The reason why Loftus-Cheek's gone off is he's done something to his knee. He's got ice on his knee.
Another headache for Thomas Tuchel. His midfield options running out rather, aren't they?
Yeah, let's hope it's not too bad.
Literally, at the moment, we need because we still with.
So let's hope it's just.
We're looking at getting Frankie De Jong at Chelsea. We're definitely gonna have to rush to try and get him now, because we're literally running out of midfielders, central midfielders. What are you on about?
Alianusi's gone down behind Thiago Silva.
Alianusi rather gingerly back to his feet.
And you know what's even weird? Apparently, Elanusi was down with an injury.
Adams making his way to the
So how all of a sudden he can be down, and then suddenly he can go and do a rasping of a shot like that?
and it's over the head of Ward-Prowse.
What a save!
By Kukurea, and the danger still not
What a save!
this time Mendy gathers it in, but it should really be 3-1.
I went what a save because Mendy then had to go and save the second shot afterwards.
And if only he looked up. I mean, Kukurea could have hit his arm, to be very honest. But when the cross comes in,
Yeah, because Cucurella went and saved the first one. Then there was another effort after that, which was right straight at Mendy.
It was a wonderful block by the left back.
And that was the.
The ball looks up and you see Ward-Prowse is there. Just cannons off his shoulder.
And then he had a second. Then he had the second by the cherry. Did Elanusi?
The arms of Mendy, his second effort, Alianusi. Really nice play yet again down that side of the pitch between Armstrong and Perrault.
I agree with you. I thought for all the world it was going to be to Ward-Prowse the ball.
Yeah.
But Perrault's been brought into the side tonight because Gineppo has been playing a rather unorthodox left back.
Yeah.
He did pretty well there. There was a bit of surprise around St Mary's that he's not started tonight, but Perro's made quite an impact, particularly going forward, of the assist for the second goal, wasn't there, as well?
Yeah, and he's linked up really well with Armstrong.
Yeah, if he didn't do that and he was literally right in front of goal but wasn't doing it on the turn, I think it would have been 3-1.
Just to confirm, a booking for Salisu.
And now it shows.
Just about got away with that one.
Yeah, and that player's starting to turn out to be a good buy.
Kovacic.
Look at it.
Looking to spread
I
the
just-
play here. Azpilicueta. Jorginho.
Yeah, except they still don't want to. They are giving him time on the pitch, but they're not giving him like a half yet because he's not that fit enough just yet to play a certain amount of minutes. He can only play a certain amount of minutes.
Even ahead of tonight, Chelsea had conceded 6 in their first 4 games. They've conceded another 2 tonight. But for the heroics there of Cucurella, it could have been 3. That just looks, for a Tuchel side, a vulnerability about them that perhaps you wouldn't associate with his teams. Azpilicueta with the ball in.
Go on, oh, Havertz. Go on, Cucurella, put the ball in the box. That's the ball. Oh! What a cross! Oh, if the keeper did not get a touch on that, that would have been a free header.
Kovacic.
That was one of the best crosses of a ball I have seen from any of our players this season. And he's done it again! Oh my god. Wow. And I don't know if I'm not even shouted for that. Oh, that's a penalty all day long.
Not enough, I don't think.
He's not even attempting to go for the ball. You can see that he's moved his leg in front of Sterling to literally try and trip him up, but just in front of his body. So that's intent. Even though he's not touched the player, it's still intent to go and stop the player.
I think the better at 5 at the back. I think they're far too open, I really do. I mean, yet they had a great result against Leicester, down to 10.
So he tries to go and
Leicester had a number of chances, didn't he? Vardy had a few. Rosie Perez hit the bar at the end, so they have to start shoring.
literally those last 2 balls from Cucurella were literally on the money, especially the first one. If their keeper didn't touch it, he would.
They're clearly hoping to get that deal completed for Wesley Fofana of Leicester City.
Yeah, and I think that's when they do go back to 5 at the back, don't they?
Oh, so
The frustration building here for Chelsea.
Yeah, Michael Oliver said, pull of the shirt, it clearly was. Very frustrating.
Mason Mount, you just did something stupid there. You literally went around the player and you had to pull his shirt. When you already went around him. So he literally had no need to. Yeah, he had no need to do it because he was already ahead of him to go and get the ball. Go on. Go on the break. We're breaking. Oh! I'm offside. Great.
Yeah, eventually the flag went up on Havertz. I mean, I don't know why he was offside. Let's have a look. He's looking along the line.
No,
It's
that.
ridiculous, really. It was very, very tight.
No, it wasn't that. The offside wasn't against Sterling. It was against Havertz. And when you see the replay, the offside is harsh because it looks like it could be like inches, and I mean inches being offside. It looks ridiculous.
Yeah, you see, James Ward-Prowse makes a great run. Cucurella follows him in his defence.
Wow. So the actual ball of Cucurella hit the top of his shoulder.
Fair play to the left back. He can't believe it. Hassan Hootel. It was an outstanding bit of play by the man in picture.
So so we got to be thankful. We got to be thankful that Cucurella did not move his arm in any way, or it could have been a penalty. So we're lucky in that respect. Yeah, that's why I was a bit lucky when it said it's the top of the shoulder.
He was trying to say basically it helps them at both ends of the pitch to play with a ball. They get more players involved at the top end of the pitch as well with playing that formation.
And there's only one other player I know at Chelsea that does stuff like that, and that's Thiago Silva. He does stuff like that, jumping in front of the ball all the time. But he does it with his hands behind his back.
And they've got enough players in forward positions. And here's his goal. Lavia smashes it in. Goalkeeper, no chance. Too many bodies in front of him.
Yeah. It wouldn't have been. Yeah, I don't think it would have been given. It wouldn't have been given anyway because it's literally too high up the arm. If it was further down the arm near the end of the shirt, then it would have been a bit more debatable. Could it be given? Maybe not. But because it's on the top of the shoulder, it makes it.
London riots back in 2011 produced a lot of players who
Yep.
pro careers. Here's Walker Peters. Just under an hour gone. And it's been entertaining fare, hasn't it, at St Mary's?
So, who have we got that we could bring on that could actually, knowing their luck, Pulisic will come on. But they always tends to come on when we're in this situation, trying to make a difference, but it doesn't really do anything. Someone won them penalties. Lucky gets. Oh, lucky.
Adams. Flicked on by Havertz. Oh, the shirt by Sterling. Seen born out of frustration there.
And it's now Sheffield United 3. Reading 0, Olympian in Jai.
This is a ground where Chelsea have only ever lost once. That's in 17 visits. They normally love coming to St Mary's. Won 6-0 here last season. What a different story it is this time round. Seen by Walker Peters. Ward-Prowse sends it over towards Pirro. Walker Peters. Aribo will chase this. It's brought Koulibaly out from a central position. And Elyounoussi with a chance to cross. Adams waiting in the box. Headed by Azpilicueta, who got in front of him.
It is now Roma 3, Monza 0.
Into Ward-Prowse, who played a lovely little flip ball to Aribo and makes a nice run. Just building the pressure, keeping the ball in the right areas. Not allowing Chelsea to get on the ball at all.
Can't get out for the moment, Chelsea.
And it is Bradford City 2, Sheffield Wednesday 1.
Always a threat when this man is placing the ball from a set piece. Takes them so well. And free kicks or corners.
Well done, Silva.
Got it clear for Chelsea. Ziyech looks to take it in his strides.
Ziyech, that's a foul.
By Ward-Prowse.
Thank you, ref.
He's going to be booked for that.
Yeah, rightly so. There wasn't that much.
Because it looked like Ziyech would have been on his way
As you can see, goes to
if he didn't get fouled.
And he's had a number of fouls, James Ward-Prowse, but that was an easy one for Michael Oliver.
Player of the year for the last 2 seasons, Ward-Prowse.
I need my saviour, saviour.
Open play this time, of course, competing for a place in the England squad for the forthcoming World Cup. A lot of place in that position. Mount. Cucurella. Can Chelsea hit back here? Mount again. Kovacic. Koulibaly. There's some activity down on the Chelsea bench.
Is it Pulisic?
Potentially be a change imminent.
If I'm correct, then I knew it will happen every game. It's usually a midfielder usually comes off, and then usually a winger comes on as the other substitution. It's always what Tuchel does.
You can see why this change is imminent.
Because it's just his route. Because
Cucurella.
They've gone backwards a lot, haven't they, Chelsea? It's unlike them.
Kovacic.
I'm trying to make
Thiago Silva.
folks. We're having some substitution, but I don't know if it's multiple or one.
In towards
Havertz! Oh!
best chance he's had.
Yeah, much better play by Chelsea, much better.
For one thing, I will say is
Down that right.
Havertz had not been literally the best,
Ziyech,
but
nice ball in.
it'd be the one out of the 3 I think I would take off.
Just can't control the header.
Oh, he's been on Chile, and he's been on Amanda Brozier. Amanda Brozier actually coming on. Hey, I predicted the future. Yeah, Havertz is coming off for Pulisic, Chile coming on for Jorginho, and Asperquare going off for Brozier.
Azpilicueta will make way for the introduction of Armando Broja, who that loan spell with Southampton last season got
Is he all going to be happy?
competitions for the Saints. He's only had 15 minutes on the pitch.
Amanda Brozier's on. Yeah, Chile's come on for Jorginho.
They've gone to 5 at the back. Cucurella's
So
gone in.
Chelsea have now gone 5 at the back,
Side.
and we've never gone 5 at the back.
And Chilwell's come at left back, and it's going to be Christian Pulisic who's going to be the right wing back. So changing formation as well as.
So it might be. I'm trying to figure out
Mount.
how he's put it. So it might be. I don't know if he's put Chile back at right at his usual position, and Cucurella plays. Is it that Cucurella's playing in front of Chile? If I were to put it that way. But he can't because of Pulisic.
Ziyech.
So I'm just trying to get my head around what he's trying to do.
Seems to be some holding going on there.
Go on.
Pulisic.
Oh my God! Whoever that player is, you just literally turned one of Southampton's players like he was not there.
He's looking to make the USA
He just literally got and turned the player like he wasn't there. And do you know what funny it was? It was Amanda Brozier.
Nice play by him, really aggressive.
Amanda Brozier went and turned Salisu like he wasn't there to put the cross in. So it sounds like he's up for it.
Leading the line at times for Southampton last season. He's like Pulisic and others who've come on. Chilwell's another desperate to try and get into this Chelsea side.
I'm interested to see how he does.
Press the manager, isn't it? You know, in a spot of bother, 2-1
Because it's
down, come on and try and
I think
change things, influence things.
the longest time he'll be on the pitch fit in a Chelsea shirt, so give him us time to see how he plays.
Brilliant midweek of live football.
Yeah,
on the
Bradford
channels.
3, Sheffield Wednesday
Games
1.
to come tomorrow. Arsenal against Aston Villa is one.
I don't think they're bothered about the cup, they're bothered about the league.
To protect Forest, newly promoted Forest go to the champions, Manchester City. Alianusi now.
I'm trying to. This is. Too cool. Whatever you've done has literally wrapped my brain, and I have no clue. Folks.
They'll just slow things down here at Southampton and wait for Salisu to come across. The pace on that from Salisu had it cleared by
Ah.
Correa.
I've got 17 points. Has something happened with Mitrovic? Has Mitrovic actually done something? He's now on 6 points.
Correa.
Sterling's now on 7.
Clear foul right in front of
Originally they were on 0.
referee Michael Oliver.
Yeah, Bella Kotchap caught a stray arm off Cucurella. I think it was accidental. He's got his eyes on the ball, Cucurella, really. And he's jumping up in the air.
He's got 2 points because he's played 86 minutes.
One person jumps, the other doesn't. There's just a stray arm. There's nothing in that, really, for me.
Well, 20 minutes then at St Mary's. Michael Oliver just coming across here
Yeah?
to assess things himself.
Yeah, it gives the player the opportunity to get a drink. Let's hope he's all right.
What? No.
As a head injury, you have to take your time, assess everything.
So we have this break in
That-
play. This should remind you, as if you need reminding, that the Champions League returns next week, starts next Tuesday, 5 o'clock. Match day 1.
Yeah, that's why I'm checking
as well.
all avenues that I've got to see if I can find it. Which is
Coverage starts from quarter
check
past
Chelsea
5
Fifth Stand app. They'll have it on there because they'll
30
automatically change it.
Involvement.
I know they're bringing on. And we need to watch out because this guy is as quick as lightning. And his name is Musa Gineppo.
Interesting to see if this youthful side can see this through against one of the big six. Whether there's going to be a turnaround from Chelsea this time, as we saw one from Southampton in the first half.
Yeah, it was interesting. It looks like Musa Gineppo's coming on, but Montero was stretching off before. He had a little bit of cramp. So maybe that's the logical change.
Jack Harrison assist.
So winning in the air against Alianusi.
Yeah, but if Ivan Tony assists, then that's all that matters.
On that left-hand side for Southampton with Gineppo, who has been playing at left back, coming on for Pero.
The only reason I didn't put him in was due to that miss he did against Everton, and I didn't trust him.
Today for Southampton, there's a physicality about him, but can be clever at times too.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a nice run. He's just sharper than the Chelsea defenders, really, in that gap in the area.
It's not too much of a surprise that Pero.
Oh, Brendan Harrison assisted that one.
Full 90 minutes. Haven't seen too much football this season. Both his previous appearances have been from the bench.
But he's done well tonight, hasn't he? When called upon.
The goal may not happen because it's a pending VAR.
Armstrong defended well. Made chances.
Gineppo was particularly good against Leicester. and the most tackles, the most interceptions, and the most ball recoveries in that game.
They'll feel unfortunate.
I only wanted.
this evening.
I tried Ivan Toney due to the fact that
Southampton seek a
I
third.
just
Ward-Prowse
say a
swinging
lot of good.
dangerously, and
Oh, yet again we're gonna clear one off the line.
How has he scooped that over the outside of his right foot?
Thiago Silva's just gone and scooped one off the line.
wasn't it?
Gets back on the line like every good centre defender should do, and then just outside.
And you know what he's done? Do you know, like a flick where you do it with the back of your foot, you flick it upwards? He did that to clear it. See the fancy flick to clear it.
Aribo. Southampton looking to get numbers forward. Just lost a little bit of momentum there as it was played behind Armstrong. By Raheem Sterling on Diallo.
Two wonderful chances in the second half. Header here from Salusu. Off Kovacic. Look at that. Outside the right foot. Almost a nonchalant flick. Brilliant from Thiago Silva. It's kept them in the game. Yet again, Cucurella before. Thiago Silva now.
Walker Peters. Aribo. We saw from that statistic there about the shots on target, attempts on goal. Certainly no fluke the situation that Southampton find themselves in here.
No, Chelsea haven't responded at all since half time, have they?
And it is now Inter Milan are 3-0 up.
The tide in the second half has been Southampton. They've made the better chances.
Ward-Prowse sends it in.
And the goal for Inter Milan is scored by... I am not saying a word. No, because I don't want to make it that you are correct. That's why I said I'm not going to say anything.
9 away games against Southampton. They've won 7 of those.
Lautaro Martinez, assisted by Nico Barella.
2-1. Walker Peters, Ward-Prowse. Haven't shown too much of it to Chilwell.
But we won in Aubameyang, but we've downed in our demands. And what else I've heard is Alonso still wants to join Barcelona, and we put him in the offer. So Barcelona accept it, and then our player can literally leave. Because we're going to have an unrest player for the rest of the season if he doesn't go anywhere.
The Leeds defeat that they suffered, where there was a lot of question marks naturally about them at the back. That was the only time in the calendar year that
The last time I seen us play like this at Southampton, I was actually at the game. And the last we played rubbish at this ground.
Could have been more than 2 this evening.
And that was under. Yeah.
Session goes against Cucurella, it's that man Adams against him.
And again, yeah, and it was under Fat Spanish Waiter, which was Rafa Benitez, and we lost. And funnily enough, we lost 2-1 that day.
All this game management.
All square at Selhurst
No,
Park,
no.
Palace and Brentford.
No, 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 no. No, 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 please, 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 no more, no more, no more, no more, please don't.
Ward-Prowse sends it in. It's another quality delivery, but that time it was well defended by Chelsea. Pulisic.
Please, don't, please. It hasn't popped up yet, but don't be Paul Mullen. Score correction, it's actually 2-1.
Time for Chelsea. Cucurella plays it forward with intent. Ziyech couldn't find Sterling. Chilwell was beaten to it by Ward-Prowse.
Please, please don't be Paul Mullen. Please, 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 please. I pray to the gods. I pray to you. I pray to you, gods. Don't let Paul Mullen score.
Lots of forward players have had the opportunity today.
And please, Chelsea, can you get Chelsea score, please?
Elianusi. Kovacic.
Full time.
That's much
Sheffield
better.
Wednesday 1, Bradford City 3.
Breuer and Ziyech central. Kovacic.
Sheffield Wednesday, you have lost to a team from League 2.
Really difficult pass to try and pull off there.
You've lost to a team in League 2. You're not even in that league.
Was it St Mary's
Oh my.
overall, but
It was Paul
Southampton
Mullen, but it was offside, thank the Lord.
last season,
Oh,
they
thank
took
the
2 points
Lord.
more at home than they did
Oh,
on their travels.
Thank the Lord.
And what a statement this would be from Arsenal football's players if they can see this through. Despite the fact they're playing
His movement,
Chelsea still have
and I can't. Yeah, you, Paul Mullen,
to get back into this and kick around.
only went to a football club for money, not for playing football, for money. Money grabber. And goal for Portsmouth! Woo! My mate will be happy.
Goal kick that's given.
That they got on loan. That I'm still shocked they got him on loan from Spurs, which surprises. I didn't expect Portsmouth to get a player like that from a club like that.
Koulibaly.
4-0, and who's going to win the championship? Sheffield United. I can see that now if they keep playing like this every game.
Armstrong. His goal is the difference at the moment.
Yeah, but the one thing I can say is they played well again. They beat Blackburn 3-0, and then a week later they go and draw to Luton Town 1-1.
Winning the ball back, getting the free kick, and Pulisic gets a yellow card for his troubles.
No, but I'd like to see him back in the Premier League as it's the 30th year of the Premier League, so it'd be nice to see one of the original clubs get break. Oh my God, have I heard this correctly? Chelsea have offered Frankie de Jong a huge deal. And Chelsea have started negotiations with Garvado, and we've offered Leipzig 90 mil.
Made chances tonight, they've been brilliant. You still have to see it out though, there's 10 minutes left.
Yep, so the player that you said that you would like to see at Chelsea, Garvado, looks like we could be getting him.
Defeat against Manchester United at the weekend as well.
Full time, Fulham 2, Brighton 1.
Chilwell. Apologies for any swearing you may have picked up. Here's Kovacic. Pulisic was calling for it. Breuer.
He's a decent player.
Pulisic into a good area, but it was read and cleared.
No, please, for my sake, for my health.
Sterling. And they need him to really come to the fore. He's put
Go on! Oh!
And Breuer and Pulisic were both in there.
Do you want to know? I'm going to say this now, and this is about Chelsea's performance. Look who's had our best chance of the second half, and it's a striker, Amanda Brozier.
Just making sure.
So who should we have started? Up front? And it looks like we should have played Amanda Brozier from the start, because he looks like, out of all these players, he's the one that's willing to want to play for this club. By the way, he's since he's come on.
Rebo had it clear. Then Armstrong was there.
I know.
This weather, isn't it? That Southampton starts to 10 or 15 yards. It seems to be happening. It will invite pressure.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's what you normally do. Defend what you have. James Ward-Prowse was trying to get off the pitch, but it is only natural just to start off.
I cannot stand that git. Ah. And you know what's funny? They put Mullen won't be denied this time.
Sterling.
Can't stand that gate, and I can't stand Paul Mullen, and I can't stand Wrexham as a football club.
Mount. Chilwell. Mount again.
Yep.
Koulibaly.
The reason I didn't like Stockport last season was due to the fact that they actually won it by money, by their owner bringing a lot of money in. And I don't, and I hate. Yeah, I like it if teams do well with on a very not a lot of money, because it shows that you don't have to have a lot of money to succeed.
Chelsea fans hoping their side can provide a
And one of them actually is, yeah, yeah. But one I can say that comes under that bracket is Gateshead, because Gateshead don't have a lot of money, and they went and won the league, won National League South, not National League North. And then that club about 2 years ago nearly went out of business. Oh my God! It was Gateshead's own making. Moen cut out Tinkell's back pass to make it 3-0. So someone did a stupid back pass, and it was straight towards Paul Mullen. Good Sterling! Yes! Oh! Yeah, because a stupid player decided, oh, I'm going to do a back pass, then didn't know Paul Mullen was there.
He was just, all he could see was this white shirt in front of him. In the end, he did possibly the worst thing and just chipped it into the arms of Bazunu.
I'm at
Aribo's header.
the one.
Talk about Chelsea's ambitions. Southampton seeking to go from.
I've already said this. If it.
To once again challenging for the European places.
Yeah.
Being ready here. Defensive reinforcements for Alcaz and Hooper.
Yeah. The one thing that I'm gonna say is, if we don't go and beat West Ham, I don't think I'll watch Chelsea's next live game, which is against Fulham.
He is put in tonight, and at the moment it's his goal that is the difference. Adam Armstrong thumped that one home.
Yeah, really good night work from Adam Armstrong. Got his goal, was worked really hard defensively as well. The ankle coming on, as you
Yeah,
said.
we could have done with him tonight. We could have done with a player like him tonight.
Stability.
It's gone up to over 200.
Rebo couldn't get there before Kovacic. Sterling looking for Breuer. Good strength.
And for Farners, and a lot of people are saying that us getting for Farners a defensive upgrade.
He looks a player, by the way.
Yeah,
What?
of course. A young lad. You think he will get better as well the more he plays in this league. The right attributes, hasn't he? Just has to keep on learning, work hard, listen to his coaches.
Ah, so you're going to say that? Alright, but if you're going to say that, why are people not going to say about Nottingham Forest, who have bought literally double the amount of what we bought?
Alcaz and Hooper has talked about him having a lot of self-confidence. I think we've seen that tonight. So from the German side.
Yeah, because basically, so for the price, for them, so Nottingham Forest should have a look. They should have a look at them, because how on earth that they managed to get that amount of players with literally on 147 mil.
Will a chance come here for Chelsea? Looking for a rescue act. Cucurella. Chilwell. Cucurella. Chilwell again. Seen plenty of the ball down this left-hand side.
And every.
Southampton not keeping the ball, and is inviting more pressure from Chelsea.
Yeah. They've literally. Yeah. Yeah.
Koulibaly goes.
They've literally.
The knockdown finds Sterling from Chilwell. Elyounoussi back. Working so hard here without the ball. Southampton. Kovacic now looking to turn sheer. Strength in numbers on the edge of the box there for the Saints. Koulibaly.
Wow.
Ziyech.
But I will say this now: if that was a Liverpool or Manchester City spending that much about that, no one else would say anything.
He sees the ball, thinks he'll have a nibble and misses it. But actually, he's got help there. You just see it out. You don't make any silly decisions like that. Opportunity to Ziyech or Pulisic to whip it in now.
Nervous moments at the back here for Southampton. Thiago Silva couldn't
Wow.
quite get there.
Oh,
Cucurella,
wow.
Kovacic
Leicester have already got their replacement for Fofana already.
put the pressure on.
They're going to get Jan Claire Todibo from Nice.
Team here from the Southampton players tonight has been commendable.
Todibo from Nice
This time,
is basically their replacement for Fofana.
Yeah, good play by Gineppo. Gets his body in the way.
It's like,
Pulisic was going to do just gets across him,
yeah, but if that,
goes down, wins the foul.
yeah,
Southampton the opportunity
because
to get up
because
the pitch.
dual,
Looks as if he's holding.
yeah, but have people,
I don't think he's
yeah,
holding two parts of his leg. Let's see how he is.
oh,
He's okay. He's okay.
wow.
Chelsea fans not happy.
This is a shock thing I'll say.
heading here for
The team that got promoted have actually scored against Inter Milan.
game.
Because I would say it would still be a shock even if they were to score. But they managed to. But it was in the 90th minute. It's
No Chelsea looking to bring in another couple of players.
it's weird how, and that's only on 8 players, and you've got Nottingham Forest, which have literally are up to about 14 to 15, and they've literally, and but they've only spent less than 150 mil.
Mount. So 5 added minutes at St Mary's.
And wherever you've,
Koulibaly.
but wherever you found this thing that say that they're against us, so I'm not really saying anything about it.
Koulibaly.
Have you not? Is it somewhere that you managed to see that they're against us or something? So I haven't really seen anything about it.
A mistake here and almost seized upon it there. Adams.
And Man City are in to get a new player now. Man City look like they're going to be getting Manuel Ikanji.
Yes, again.
Yeah, it's a foul. Gineppo on Pulisic.
Sorting their home out, form out, a big priority for Southampton this season. Only won one of their last 8 league games at St Mary's. They're on the brink of a huge 3 points here. Came off Chilwell. The picture can often paint a thousand words, can't it?
Yeah.
Why is nothing going right for us?
Shea Adams, very clever.
Referees are not with us. The gate, we just got no luck.
Well, they won't be in any hurry, one would imagine, to take this.
Oh no.
What a night it's turning into at St Mary's for those supporters. Fully behind what is, to a degree, a new look team, a youthful team, vibrant team, as we've seen tonight, a hard-working team.
Yeah.
Adams, he's really been a shining example of that hard work. As has he. And a Kocha.
I am thinking at the moment that I'm even thinking of even taking Cucurella and Koulibaly out the side with how we're playing at the moment.
Visit St Mary's after that. It's a London derby, isn't it?
Because we're at the moment conceding too many.
At the bridge this weekend.
I won't be surprised if you're the same.
Shining packet
If you're thinking of taking some Chelsea players out.
Still time yet for Chelsea. It's really well defended that though by Walker Peters, what a player he's turned into at Southampton. He's had the potential at Tottenham. He's really developed here.
Yeah, that was a foul on by Shea Adams. He's played the advantage.
I've literally, it's only about 4 games in and I've already lost belief in this team already.
Waiting patiently in the box.
I've only lost a... Yeah. Yeah.
Chelsea's throwing, taken quickly. Mount, Kovacic. And they continue to defend well. It's that man, Walker Peters, there once more. Oh, the goalkeeper Mendy's been told to go forward here. Why not?
Oh, please say it can happen. Can we have an Alisson moment? Edward Mendy, header, back of the net, bang.
Ziyech sent it in.
That's disappointing, isn't it?
It's driven in by Kovacic.
We still got it.
Sterling.
Ziyech!
Ziyech with a
Yes!
cross.
Oh!
And Mount's there.
Mount!
And Mendy
Oh!
celebrated almost like a goal, that clearance. Ward-Prowse is chasing. Almost.
And that was dangerous play from Ward-Prowse, and he took Cucurella's head off.
That was a heart-in-mouth moment. Long it goes from Kovacic. Southampton are nearly there. They're ready to celebrate.
Full time, folks. Chelsea 1, Southampton 2. I'm getting sick of the fact that we can score and then we just literally collapse like a sack of shite. We just, as soon as we score 1, we just collapse.
6-0 win here that same month. Lavia on the score sheet. Armstrong on the score sheet. Tuchel's side slipped for their second defeat of the season. Both away from home. First Leeds, now Southampton.
Man United, who have got a shitter side than what we've got, they managed to go and beat Southampton. Also spend the most amount of money in the league, can't even go and beat Southampton.
Tuchel has problems to sort out, but this night belongs to Ralph Hasenhüttl and Southampton.
That team deserves their wages docked, go in tomorrow and actually be put under scrutiny. And the owner, I think himself, should come in, talk to the players and say what is going on, buck your ideas up or you could all be out of a contract.
There's a lot of hard work in front of Thomas Tuchel and his boys.
Because managers, our owners have got to be like that, be ruthless and saying if you don't stop performing, stuff could happen to you. Like your wages could be ducked, you could not be playing, you could drop down into the academy as punishment if you don't play well. We need something to get through to these players. And there's one player in here that I'm sticking the blame to, and that's Aspilicueta. Because you made a bad decision for the first goal. You had no need to get the ball out. All you had to do was pass it to Mendy, and he would basically just boot it downfield.
They didn't have no answers. Southampton's energy was outstanding.
And the second goal, what was our defence physically doing? Leaving a massive space in the box for Armstrong to have all the time in the bloody world. We're giving him the prize of Southampton in that instance. Disgraceful, disappointing. These players do not deserve to wear the shirt. At this moment, these players are not fit to wear the shirt. They need to show they deserve to wear that shirt. So none of them deserve to be at the club at the rate. The only one who's showing any ounce of belief to want to wear this shirt is Amanda Brozier that came on. Apart from that, Chelsea, you've just been a disgrace. And it's just unexcusable. Like, sub, subscribe with the notification to post, and I'll see you guys whenever. I just can't be bothered to say right now, but I'll let you know when the next